Hi, Fearless Fire Stampers. Welcome. Um, I am creating a very short video for you today to show you how to do this lattice card that's posted on my blog today. And I found some written directions on how to do these. I've been wanting to do a lattice card for a long time, and I just looked at it and I'm like, oh, looks a little difficult. I don't know if I'm ready to try it, but I found some great directions. From Karen Titus was her name. I think her blog is Stamping on the Back Porch, and she had some written directions that were really easy to follow. So I just thought I'd give you a quick video. Sometimes it's easier for some people to, I know, learn by reading, and others like to learn by seeing. So I'm going to make a quick video. I'm not going to show you how to make the whole card today. I'm just going to show you how to make the lattice portion of it. So let me flip my camera down and we will get started. And this is the card that is on my blog. I used the Playing with the Rain this week. All week my cards have been made with this particular stamp set. And it's this lattice portion down here that I want to show you how to make. So we start with an 11 by 4 1/4, 11 long, 4 1/4 standard card size. And we are going to score it at 5 1/2. And I want to make sure I have my scorer. Oh, my scorer is loose. That's what happens when you move things around, right? I've been known to grab my cutter, so. All right, so we'll get that out of the way. So it is now scored at 5 1/2, standard size. Let's go ahead and give that a good burnish here. And now the next step is we are going to cut off 6 1/2-inch strips from the bottom of the front of the card. So I'm just going to take this and I'll lay it here at the 1/2-inch mark. So I have to bring this down. There we go. At the 1/2-inch mark, and I will cut off 6 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one. Now, obviously, there's many different ways to decorate these cards, and I showed you mine today. I am going to be doing this lattice thing again, I am sure, because it was so much easier than I thought. And the part of her directions that I thought were genius were this next step. So we are now going to take some type of low tack tape. I like this Post-it labeling tape. I think I got it in Amazon years ago. I like it because it's wide, and we're just going to tear off a piece, and we want to lay it with the tacky side up and just hook it to the back. Okay. Now, what I did find, and she didn't suggest to do this, but if you have some repositional tape, you just put a little bit of that on here. That'll help you hold your card closed while you're working on it. Okay. So now this top stays closed. And grid paper does help because you can help use it to line up your lines here. But we are now going to take 4 of these 6 strips, and we're just going to build our lattice. And we start at the bottom. And so we're going to line the bottom piece with the bottom of the card and press it onto your low tack tape. You could use washi tape. If you had a large enough Post-it note, you could use Post-it note. You could use painter's tape, any kind of tape that's easy to pull it off. And now we're going to take the next 3, and we're just going to spread those equally throughout this remaining space. And I'm not pushing them down here too hard because, you know, I'll be honest, I had to adjust them a little bit and get them where I wanted. But it was, again, it was much easier than I thought to get these spaced out. I first thought I was going to have to do some measuring, and I didn't. Okay, we need them a little closer together. And that's why this tape is so great, because it's just easy to move them around. And what would probably be, as I stand here now trying to do this, is to take the center one. In fact, let's take these off. Take the center one and put it in the center between the bottom and the top. I didn't do it this way when I did it before. And now we just center each of them again in between there. Oh, glad I thought of that little idea. How easy was that? Okay, so now we have our 4 fence pieces equally spaced. And one thing I'll show you on my card, I'm not embossing these today, but on my card on my blog, I did use the Timber 3D embossing folder, and I embossed my stakes and my crossbars. And all you would do is just lay all 6 of them in here. Yeah, obviously you want to lay them in the direction of the grain, because that's how grain's going to be on a board. And then you can just put those in here and emboss all 6 of them at once. And that's what I did on the card. But for demonstration purposes on how to make the lattice, I'm not doing that today. So now the next step is we're going to attach our posts. And you can kind of just eyeball where you want these. And what I did was take a little bit of glue, so I now know about where I want it, and I just put a dot of glue. Don't put too much, because on one of them I did have too much and it kind of gooshed out the side. And now you're just going to lay that on there. It's longer than you need, don't worry about that. And you can also shape this top end if you chose. If you choose to do so, you can see on here, I made a little point on mine. You could make a rounded post end. I'm just leaving it flat for demonstration purposes. And honestly, most of the cards I've seen, you're going to decorate up here anyway, more than likely. And most of them just left them square. So, but that's totally up to you. It's just some options. How much detail do you want to add? Every bit of detail is going to take you a little bit longer, right? Now you do want to space them equally, and you kind of want to make sure that they are about the same up here. And my fingers keep sticking to the tape here, so it moves and jumps on me. The liquid glue also helps you to adjust it and move it a little bit if you need to. Now, when that's dry, I'm going to give it just a minute here. We'll get rid of this temporary adhesive that I put down on there. The nice thing about our green glue or Tombow, it doesn't take long to dry. And then we'll just take our paper snips and snip off the bottom. And then we can carefully peel off our low-tech tape. It's not totally dry, just kind of hold it to make sure it stays dry. I would probably wait a little bit longer than I'm doing here for the purpose of the video. I don't want to sit and have you watch glue dry. That's kind of boring, right? So that is a lattice card. How easy is that? Now you can decorate it, like I said, however you want. On today's card, I did add some clouds up here in the sky. I add my cute little rabbit and fox. I made some grass across the bottom, and all the directions for the rest of the card are in the tutorial on my Fearless Flair, Fearless Stamp and Flair blog today. So you can take a look at that. And when I say today, in case you're watching a replay, today is Friday, July 29th. I think. I don't have it laying here with me. Man, it's harder to remember what days it is. But that is my card, and that is how you make this lattice card. Easy, right? Let me flip my camera back. All right. So that was pretty quick and easy. It was so much easier than I thought. And I think that tape is what, that low-tack tape is just what made it so simple, because it holds everything in place. But if you need to, you can easily reposition it to get it where you want while it's while you're putting it together. So I hope that helps. Have a great weekend, and I hope you will leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel would be great. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.